So you threw your teammates under the bus and saved yourself. That was the first red flag. There's always truth when you talk about Michael Jordan because the man is the biggest fraud in the history of sports. We're going to have to unpack this. This is the fire I'm going to start today because it's like Michael Jordan for years couldn't do no wrong. And then all of a sudden we see The Last Dance. And all the people who up until that point, like myself, was just champion Michael Jordan as being the guy that's just squeaky clean, couldn't do anything crazy. And now we found out that he was the one behind Isaiah Thomas not being a part of the Dream Team. Him being the guy that created a disappointing legacy for the ending of Isaiah's career just because he didn't like him. And that alone showed that Michael Jordan on The Last Dance told the world that he had nothing to do with that. But there's audio clips of Michael Jordan saying he's not playing on that team if Isaiah's on their team. So everything that Scotty's showing the world right now is showing from that Last Dance film to all of the absurdities of him saying that I seen them guys in there smoking coke and doing lines and smoking weed. I said, I'm out of there. Really, Michael Jordan? Really, Michael Jordan? You didn't? So you threw your teammates under the bus and saved yourself. That was the first red flag. So then, as everything else unfolds, Scottie Pippen sitting there like, wow. Really? This is all about you? The 6 championships? You did it and we helped you? We didn't do it as a team? So right now it looks bad on Mike because your lies are out. And if you could lie about Isaiah Thomas, that means you could have lied about the gambling thing. And how you had to leave the Bulls because you got caught gambling and you and David Stern had to make some type of.
Rashad, you played at North Carolina. I'm sure part of the reason you went to North Carolina, a tiny 1-2% of it had to be Michael Jordan's legacy and could you be the next Michael Jordan? You're a 2-guard just like Michael Jordan. You just called him one of the biggest frauds in sports, and your evidence is the way he took a dump on Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah is one of my best friends. Love Isaiah Thomas. I don't like what Michael did to him on the Dream Team. You just pointed, he did during the Last Dance documentary, throw out allegations that when he joined the Bulls, the guys were, more interested in drugs and partying and strip clubs and all that than winning. And that was a effed up deal. And now you have Scottie Pippen calling him out, but is there more? Walk me through how a former North Carolina Tar Heel who won a national champion just like Michael Jordan, give me a bit more context on why you think he's a fraud. Have you always thought this way? Have you had interaction with Michael Jordan that didn't go well? I mean, again, I'm not a Michael Jordan homer. I think he did Kwame Brown dirty
Yes.
in Washington. And so there have been a lot of unflattering things come out about Mike here recently in the past year or two. But you're a former Tar Heel. You surely spent some time wanting to be the next Michael Jordan. And for you to call him a fraud, that carries some weight. Could you just elaborate a bit more?
Well, yeah, man, I never championed Michael Jordan beyond Kobe Bryant, and that's on record. So when I went to University of North Carolina, I had to wear 32 because I couldn't wear 23. And I went to the University of North Carolina because he went there. And not because I was a fan of his, because he had a legacy that I wanted to outrun. And if he would have went to Michigan State, I'd have went to Michigan State. It didn't matter. It was about who was champion the best at the time. Mike was the best. When I got to North Carolina, he was the Jesus and I became the Antichrist. So immediately there was him and me.